back to Math with Mr. Antoine. I am Mr. Antoine. And now we're going to talk today about simple interest. Real simple stuff. Let's talk about what the word interest means. What is interest? Okay, so let's talk about some scenarios in real life where we use interest. Say that you went to the bank, right? And you have some, I'm going to make this the bank, right? And you have some money that you want to put in the bank, right? Let's say you have some cash that you want to put in the bank, but you want to save it there just so you know you can make it grow, so to speak. What you can do is you could take your money, let's say you have $100, and you could put it inside the bank. Well, the bank is going to then put interest on it. It's allowing you to keep the money inside there. And because you're using this bank instead of another bank, it's saying, okay, thank you for using us. So we'll let you have the money that you saved plus a little bit more cash. Okay, so when you get money for putting money inside the bank is going to give you your money plus a little bit more cash. This is extra, right? And the extra is based on a certain percentage. So the certain percentage that the bank gives is the money that's going to be eventually determine how much money you get based on the money that you put in. So a part of the money that you put in comes out to be the extra. Okay, that's now if you are saving money. Now, in the same way, if you were to borrow money, let's say you go into the bank, you need some money. Okay, again, we're going back to the bank. And now, let's say you want to borrow money. So you go into the bank, you don't have any money. So now you're looking to borrow. You want to get what's called a loan. If you get a loan, the bank is saying, sure, we'll give you, let's say it's $100 again, we'll give you the $100. We'll give that to you. But in addition to that, we have to charge you for coming to our bank and using, our services. For giving you some money, we charge you a little bit. So the bank is now going to charge you a little bit extra, all right, for using the bank, for getting money from that. So eventually, if you're going to borrow money, you would have to pay back this money plus a little bit extra. And this is the part of money that the bank is saying, this is our fee. This is what we're charging you for using our bank to borrow money from. So you would have to pay back the $100 plus a little bit more to the bank. Okay, that's called a loan. Is when you borrow money, and this is the extra fee that you have to pay. So now what we have is interest, and here's what interest means pretty much. If you're talking about a loan, interest is the additional money or fee you must pay for the loan. Now, if you're talking about a savings, the interest is the additional money you receive for saving money in the bank. So again, interest is the same thing, but it depends on the situation. If it's a loan, that's money or fee that you're paying for the loan. And if it's a savings, then there's going to be money that you receive for that, all right, in addition to the money that you put in. Now, the money that you put in, or the money that's that you're going to borrow, has a special name. It's called the principal. So principal is that amount of money that you're going to put in, or the money that you're going to borrow. All right. So if you're borrowing, then the principal over here would be the $100. If you had put money in your savings, you had to put money in. Well, then what you put in is the principal. Okay, so simple interest now is a basic formula or an equation. To find the simple interest, we're first going to find the interest. So the interest is equal to P times R times T. That's interest is equal to P times R times T. So interest, I, is equal to the principal times the rate, and rate is the percent, times the time. and time is represented in years. So interest is equal to principal, the amount of money you put in, times the rate, which is the percentage, times time. How many years are you going to have that money in the bank or borrow the money? Now let's look at a situation regarding simple interest. An automobile loan has a $15,000 principal balance and a 5% annual interest rate. Your loan is to be paid in 5 years. How much is the interest and what is the total cost of the car? So once again, this is a loan. This is an automobile loan. Okay, and the principal, you find that the principal, or called the principal balance, is $15,000. So the principal, which I know is my P, is going to be $15,000. I'm going to put a P right here for this. Now, there's an annual interest rate. Annual means for the year, every year. Okay, and every year is going to be a 5% interest rate. Now, 5%, we know that we have to turn that. That would become 5 over 100, or that would be equal to 0.05. When you do the division, 5 divided by 100 is going to give me 0.05 hundredths. So it's going to be 5 hundredths, or this is the way you write the percent as a decimal. Okay, your loan is to be paid in 5 years. Again, time is in years, so this is my T, my time, and the 5% is the rate, and remember we turned it into decimal point 0.05. So how much is the interest? How much is the interest? We have to find out what the interest is, and then after that we have to find out what is the total cost. What is the total cost for the car? Okay, so let's take the information. We'll go with the formula. The formula is I for interest is equal to P, principal, times R, the rate, times T, the time. Okay, so let's find it. The interest is equal to the principal, which is $15,000, multiplied by 0.05, that's being the rate, multiplied by the time, and the time is 5 years. Okay, so again, the interest is equal to, well, let's start to do 15,000 times 0.05. And when we do the math for $15,000 at 0.05, we'll get 750. So that means for 1 year, it'll cost me $750 for the loan if I pay that up in 1 year. But I'm going to have to pay this loan in 5 years. So the bank is saying if I just wanted to borrow the money for 1 year, they would have charged me $750. But I want to pay the money back in 5 years. So they're saying, okay, well, that's going to be 750 times 5 years. And so now my interest for 5 years will come out to $3,750. Okay, so on a 5-year loan, and there's going to be at 5%, I'm going to end up paying $3,750 in interest. That's how much the interest is. Now, how much is the loan altogether? Well, the total cost that will be for the car will be now the cost of the car, which is $15,000, plus the interest, which is $3,750. So my total cost is going to come out to $18,750. Remember, this was the principal being added with the interest, which gives me the total cost. So my total cost is $18,750, and my interest is going to be $3,750. Okay, that's it for Math with Mr. Antoine. Hope you got a better understanding of simple interest. Talk to you soon. Peace.